button has been pressed.
Yay. Well, welcome.
Thanks,
yeah.
Do you guys want to like introduce yourselves or do a little? I don't know if you do an intro to your actual pod. But
We do an intro to the actual
Is there a
pod.
jingle?
There is a jingle.
There is a jingle. Yeah.
Should we sing it live?
Wait, is it you guys singing it?
No.
No. I have
That
a
would've
good.
been crazy.
Yeah, I have a friend. My roommate from college is like a musician, like a professional musician. So he did the jingle for
Oh,
us.
that's so cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, which is I feel like it makes us seem pretty professional. in the
Yeah.
actual, like,
It was huge
pod.
when we got the jingle.
Yeah. We were doing the free free music samples before that, so I feel like it really upped our seriousness. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we can introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm Cassidy.
I'm Dominic. Yeah.
And then this is your line, Dominic.
Oh, you want to do the actual intro?
Well, who are we?
We're two Harvard Econ Ph.D. students. We have a podcast called Technically Economics. And yeah, you want to describe the premise of the pod?
Sure, I will describe the premise of our podcast. So we started doing this podcast this past summer, and the deal is we kind of wanted to do something with economics, but we wanted to be sort of like fun and silly. And so we, on each episode, we pick a topic, and then one of us like tries to convince the other one that topic technically counts as economics. So we'll do like Love Island or Fortnite or like things that are, just kind of like silly things in the culture, and we'll be like, actually, there's a lot of interesting economics behind this topic.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so
That's so
interesting.
fun.
It's like a looser, goofier version of like a Planet Money or like a Freakonomics or something.
Okay, got it. I
More
do
like
understand
Gen
what
Z
you're
version of yeah.
Whimsy, I love that.
Yeah.
And tonight's topic, I was like, okay, I'm sad.
Yes. So we thought we would bring economics here to Nightcap.
Love that, thank you.
And
But in the loosest, most technical.
yes. And this will be interesting because normally Dominic or I, it's just the two of us on the podcast, but
Now
the
you have to
problem is,
convince all of us.
right, we're both economists
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
so we already think everything's economists. So now we
Yeah.
have two normal people. And
Yeah.
I don't know
But
a
you
thing about
I was about to say,
economics.
I'm not well versed in that.
See, a lot of people have said it's too easy with just the two of you. You need to have so this is gonna be our trial run
And
of
we're
doing
both
it.
very
Yeah.
creative, so I feel like we live in this land of like the visuals and like the vibes, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
interesting to have I wanna learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we talk about rats?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so today, Dominic and I are going to try to make the case to you guys that rats are economics. And at the end, we'll see what you think.
Okay.
So first, how do we all feel about rats? A lot of rats in Somerville.
Yes.
Somerville has a rats problem. What role do rats play in your lives?
I'll let Matt start.
A nuisance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have rats at your apartment?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yes.
see.
My
In
roommate.
the apartment or outside?
Outside.
Outside.
We're on the top floor.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
I was in a third floor in D.C. I live in Washington, D.C. for a few years. We had a third floor apartment. So
Rats.
many rats.
No.
It was terrible. It was like...
Not mice, like rats?
Okay, mostly mice, but a
Okay.
couple rats. Yeah. And it was, it's not good.
My roommate is like scared to take the trash out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like a 35-year-old fucking man. Like, he's like, "Ah!" And he will not take the trash out because he's scared of the rats. But I will. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
just kind of funny that they like gnaw through like your fucking trash can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're like, "This is mine now."
Yeah.
Stake their claim.
Yeah, no, and I work for the city, I work for the community engagement department, but we definitely get a lot of media queries of from reporters being like, hey, we're actually reaching out to talk about the rat problem that you guys were having. And we're like, we know. But also all of our neighbors are experiencing the same thing. And I feel like when I moved here, I was just I was in East D to start when I moved to the city, and it was all skunks, the skunk problem there was so bad.
yes.
Yes. At least where I lived was shout out
my
Brandywine
God.
Village. It was a skunk issue. It was
Oh,
right off
no.
Florida Heights T-stop, and we had huge, thick ass skunks that didn't care about they had zero they would see you and be like, what's up? They would just drag
And would
garbage.
they spray? Did you ever
No,
get
they
sprayed?
actually never
Okay,
sprayed.
okay.
I think they just got used to the people. So they would just
Uh-huh.
make burrows underneath the apartments and then bring your trash under there and eat it with their families.
Honestly, more polite.
But then from there, I moved to Brighton and was like, oh, we have rats. Like, I didn't understand when people were saying that because I didn't see it that much over there. And then when I moved to Summerall, I was like, oh, we have rats.
Rats. Yeah. I'm in Alston, and it's quite bad in Alston as well.
They have that program where you can like paint a rat trap for like $50 or something. Have you heard of that?
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah, there was like it's like an art thing where it's like you could sign up or like it's like a sponsorship. I don't remember, but it's like you can paint the rat traps to like make them decorative.
That's so cute.
It's like those like black boxes that you like see on the like I don't know. I see them all around like the city. It's like this weird little like hole. And
Yeah, they go in and then they can't get out.
And die. I don't know.
I've
how
never
it
clocked
works.
these before.
Maybe because where you're at, they're all painted.
Maybe so. Oh my gosh. Do you guys think you could ever find a rat cute?
A mouse, yeah. Like a little
A
mouse.
mice.
Is
Well,
good.
there was that guy on the Orange Line. Do you remember he was like carrying a rat around? Do you guys remember? It was like, I was gonna say, well, I remember
more about that.
Well, I think his name was Arthur, and like I used to take the Orange Line to work, and I remember it would like go viral every once in a while on the internet of like videos of him with his rat on the train.
Wait, the
pet
rat's
rat?
name was
Or-
Arthur?
No,
or
he
his
was
name
his. It was a man named Arthur, and then don't
He-
fact check me on that, but he would carry a rat around. and
Like
sometimes-
no cage or anything. Just in
No,
his
he
hands.
just had the rat, and I remember thinking like when I saw the videos, we'll try to find it later maybe, but I was like, oh, like he thinks of it as like a pet, and like that kind of like changed my view on it a little bit. Obviously, I was like, that's crazy, but like, I don't know. I
Do you think it was a pet rat or a wild rat?
I don't know.
Is
I
there-
couldn't-
Because
There is a distinction?
There is a distinction. My understanding, which I've taken from to prepare for this, I listened to an episode of This American Life about rats.
Oh, I love that. I love that podcast.
Great episode, highly recommend. But they said that because some people keep rats as pets, but they said that the relationship between like the type of rats people keep as pets versus like rats outside is like similar to like dogs versus wolves.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Huge difference, I guess.
yeah, so it could be that you'd find the pet ones cute, even if you wouldn't find a rat in the wild cute. But I'm curious if Arthur has a wild rat.
I don't know if it was his pet or if he just
Domesticated.
found it. I have no idea.
I
He
did
would-
talk to someone who had pet rats one time, and I was like, so where did you get them? Because I had a similar question. And they were like, oh, from a rat breeder. And I was like, how is that different than the street?
Yeah,
To which they took offense, and they were like, there's a guy in Medford, okay? And I was like, all right, I'm really sorry.
Okay, this is like really off topic, but I'll just say because you brought up skunks. So my fiance, he's from Michigan. His mom lives in Michigan. She, and not to rat on Michigan.
Yeah.
But his mom and stepdad, they for a long time had a pet skunk, which they got from a skunk breeder.
Whoa, inside? Indoors? Skunk indoors?
Indoor skunk.
I mean, like, I'm gonna say they were cute, but they were
They are cute.
thick at the least. I was like, oh, you guys are eating good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
And that
Crazy
also just no cage, just walks around like a cat or something would.
stuff. Yeah. And she like hibernates for months of the year.
Oh
To
my
facilitate like the
God.
little cozy corner. Or...
She's like under the bed for like the winter.
that is
Crazy.
That's actually kind of a great care program. It's like, I get like a couple months off of taking care of this animal. Like, that's kind of great.
Yeah.
But then also
Imagine
the-
if our cats did that. I'd be like, Blue, come out. Like,
yeah. The season you want a cozy animal. Though.
Yeah,
Is
that's
the-
true.
is
That's
the
a good
season.
point.
But
That's
do
a
you
good
cuddle
I don't know.
a skunk? Like, what the fuck?
I think not really.
But you definitely
It's a
don't
good-
cuddle it.
They cuddle you, though.
I heard that pet rats are very snuggly.
Yeah?
I don't know.
But I'm not an expert on that,
so.
You want to hit us with some
Yes.
economics,
Okay.
Dominic?
So keeping a city rat-free is hard for a lot of reasons, but I think one term we use a lot in economics is externalities. So I don't know if you guys.
You ever heard of an externality?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Excellent.
Break
Do
it
you,
down.
yeah. Do
Yes,
you want to
we'll break it
take a
down.
shot, Cassidy?
Yes.
At like
So an externality is something where like the costs are going to be borne not just by like you, the person who's taking the action. So, and let me give you an example. So we talk about pollution as being like a classic example of an externality, because it might be that like for me and my company, it's like very cheap to just buy like the cheapest fuel which pollutes the river and like does whatever. Sends lots of noxious gas into the air, but like there are costs from us doing that we don't have to bear. There are costs that like our neighbors have to bear and other people in the community. And so if all of the costs of polluting were like borne by me, then we might think like we wouldn't have to worry about it too much, because like if the costs were too bad, I just wouldn't do it, because then it wouldn't be like profitable for me to do it. But it's a problem if like I get the benefits of using the cheap thing, but I don't have to pay all of the costs. I get to like
give it to the community.
Give the costs to the community.
Yeah.
Bummer.
And so, and so I think we can kind of think about rats that way a little bit. So there's the biggest like cause of rats is just having these environments in which rats can live. So if you have like trash out in your yard, or you have like standing water. And so maybe you're not a person who minds rats a ton, you have a little bit of standing water, but if everyone sort of does that, or a lot of people do that, then that cost is going to be borne by other people who maybe like rats less, aren't super keen to have pet rats around. And so I think in that sense, we can kind of think of rats as like an externality problem, because you don't fully internalize all of the costs of like having a little bit of standing water.
Yeah, even at the city they interviewed the rat czar. Like from the Globe, like about the epidemic or like the rat issue here.
Yeah.
And he like cited an instance, I think, where he like went somewhere and like it was like a lot of college students who weren't taking their garbage out correctly. So it had bred like so many rats in this one location.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh well, they just need to do this differently, and that's kind of their solution.
Yes. So we wanted to talk about Somerville's new rat czar, which sounds like you're an expert on, Meg.
I do, I know a little bit.
So their plan, which I've like never heard of before, but I think is crazy, is that they're gonna try to do birth control for the rats.
I didn't hear about this.
What? They're sprinkling birth control on the ground.
IUDs, they're sprinkling IUDs.
Essentially,
And then I guess it's kind of temporary, but the idea is like the rats will be eating this, and while they're eating these pellets on the ground, then they're like infertile or less fertile.
What about the other animals? I'm worried.
So I think the idea is like if you do a normal like poison, then you're gonna have effects on other animals. But I guess the birth control is supposed to be.
Well, would it be? Is it the worst thing if like some squirrels also can't bear you?
I mean, to me, yes.
I don't got a problem with squirrel babies.
Chipmunks too.
I don't think they're gonna go extinct or anything.
That's a very innovative. Like they were like, we'll try this.
I think it is extremely innovative. Have you guys? Do you have thoughts on like other ways of controlling rats or like other things? I feel like if you're not cool with the
as
potentially.
A Catholic. I'm against this.
What about in vitro fertilization?
I did have a friend recently tell me that like someone they knew said that like the most humane way is to catch a rat and then like use like your car exhaust to like. Which I was like, that doesn't sound humane to me. But I also did know there was like a question, I think, on like there was like we had like additional funds for the city of Somerville, and like they were gonna go towards like certain programming people could vote, and I think one of the questions was like, we could do this. I want to say like, don't 100% quote me on this because it's been a minute since I've looked at it, but they had these like robots or like some kind of robotic system that would like be able to like buzz or like kill the rats like just for more rat control. And I don't know if it would be like, I was picturing in my head like literally killing like a Roomba for like killing rats like going around the city. But then in my head I was like, but then there's be rat carcasses everywhere. Like how would that work?
I wondered about that as well.
Maybe we just need more feral cats.
And I think the answer to a lot of things is more
just
cats.
More cats is fine.
Well, if that, I guess so. Okay, I want to tell you guys about a crazy attempt to try to control an out-of-control rat population.
Crazier than the sprinkled control. Okay.
So the story of this, the title of the Wikipedia page is called "The Great Hanoi Rat Massacre." And so what happened was in 1902, the city of Hanoi had a big rat problem, and the French colonizers, shout out, came up with a plan to get the rat population in check. And what they did is they placed a bounty on rats.
Oh, so people did that. How many you can get?
They said, we will pay you 1 cent for each dead rat, each rat you kill.
All the teenagers would have had so much fun. Like, bow and arrow, like, let's go.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If you were going to do that, how would you have people prove that they've killed a rat to get their money?
On a skewer.
Oh my god.
Like, impale them.
Like in Shrek when they're like...
Yeah.
Okay, which that scene always made rats look like so tasty.
Yeah,
like, I was like, why is that? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, cats do this thing where, like, they kill something and bring it to your doorstep and leave it, and they're like, my offering for you, feeding me.
Here's the skull.
Yeah.
Or they don't totally kill it and they leave like a dying one on.
Yeah.
It's really
So,
nice.
yeah, I guess.
I left you the honor.
So what they did is they required people to bring the rat tail to show that they killed the rat.
That makes sense.
Can you guess what happened?
People are just making fake rat tails.
Yeah, there's a lot of alive rats with
No
no tails. Because they're like, they'll just grow back like a gecko.
Exactly. A lot of alive rats with no tails. Not because they grow back, but because if they don't die, they can keep reproducing. And so this is what we call in economics, we call it like a perverse incentives problem. And
oh my god, I'm gonna need that broken down.
yes. There's a few examples from history, but we'll talk it through. Do you want to talk it through, or I feel I've been talking a lot?
No.
Okay.
You got it either way. Yeah.
All right. So the idea is, once you start paying people to kill rats, I think you're totally right. Teenagers, how fun! Like go out rat hunting. But once you start paying people to kill rats, it's now kind of in people's interest for there to be a lot of rats to kill. If there are more rats, you can earn more bounties.
The stream,
it's easier to hunt them.
Yeah.
And so, like, by cutting off their tails and not actually killing them, the rats keep breeding, which means there's more opportunities to earn bounties in the future. And not only this,
oh wow.
At some point, people also start breeding rats and bringing more rats into the city because now rats are very profitable.
It's a financial.
And the weapon. I mean, I would just start selling weapons.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like an arms dealer. Like, to kill your rats, use the pitchfork.
Yes, exactly. And so there's like a few other examples. This also happened with like a dangerous type of cobra at some point where like they were trying to get rid of it, and so they said, oh, we'll pay you for each one you kill. But then so we call it like perverse incentive because it's like the monetary incentive encourages you to have more of these things because the more there are, the more you can kill, the more you can get the money.
Yeah.
And it's perverse because obviously that is not the goal, but it just sets things up in like kind of the wrong way.
It gives me like an ick about capitalism in general.
Yeah. So fair. Yeah. So fair. Well, so I think something else like that's like kind of the reverse that like I also feel kind of icky about is like I've heard this argument for why we should continue having like big game hunting of like sort of like endangered big game species and stuff, even though like I feel like I have like a strong moral aversion to that where it feels so wrong. But there is this argument which is like if there is like a group of people who are like really want to be able to hunt these animals, then they also have to like pay to keep the animals alive in order to be able to hunt them.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's a catch-22.
Yeah.
But I think the birth control, that feels better. That feels better to me.
Yeah. I do feel like in a lot of our episodes we end up in exactly the thing you said where we like econ brain things for so long, and then we're just like, this feels weird.
Well, it's like that weird thing of just like, I mean, like, I don't know, economics to me is so far out of my realm of like what I'm well versed in, so it's really fascinating to hear you guys talk about it, but it's like, like monetizing or like making a profit off of everything.
Yeah, and I feel like we get like examples of this, and like, I feel like we'll talk about papers all the time where people, like, there's like professors who have like been in this for so long, they'll be like, yeah, actually I think the reason that like people spend time with their kids is because they're like really interested in like when they grow up paying for them, and there's like, that's basically, we can write a model that like explains like all of that, and it's like, I don't know, it's about just like, should we?
But I think with like the perverse incentives thing, like, I guess one way that I kind of think about it is it's like, okay, well, if these are the incentives, then like you actually don't need like individuals being like morally ambiguous or like weird thing, like, or sort of, I should say, it's like you don't need some like massive conspiracy or something to like explain why people might behave in this like weird way. It's kind of just like, no, that's like literally just how the system is set up. If you are sort of like following the natural incentives laid in front of you, like, that is just what you're gonna
Obviously,
do.
It's like, I need to feed my family, or I need money, I'm gonna kill some rats, I'm gonna get some...
I'm gonna cut off some rat tails and then breed the rats.
Let's make it a business. Okay.
Yeah, you started this problem. I'm just finishing it. Like...
Can you imagine if the city of Somerville said, announcement, everyone, we're gonna start paying you for each
don't wish that upon me. I would be working on that messaging.
It would be fun. I mean, because then we would have both a cat mayor and like a rat overpopulation problem.
A rat anti-mayor.
Yeah. That would be a policy that a cat mayor. You could
right?
Yes.
Did you guys follow that? Like on the bike trail, there was the cat campaign or whatever, and people were having the cats.
I did follow the cat mayor.
I think you told me about it, actually.
I was really proselytizing the cat mayor around the economics department.
Because that makes sense.
It's good stuff.
This episode is actually sponsored by that.
Yeah.
Some more rats, please.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
What do you guys think? Do you think rats are economics?
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like I have a little bit of background knowledge in the rat problem here too, so I'm like, oh god.
Well, I think you should rest easy that Somerville isn't trying to do these provenly bad schemes for getting rid of rats. So
I know, like, there is something to be said for like, let's get more cats around.
More cats.
But is that even gonna? I feel like that's even not gonna be a great issue, because then we're gonna run into the same thing where we have a fuck ton of cats.
I'm okay with that, honestly.
But like, if there are just like cat gangs, though, like...
That sounds like a great children's movie.
I did bring that stray cat in my house at the time, and you were like, "This was not a good idea."
Yeah.
Oh no, with indoor cats?
Yes, I had my cat Blue, but I was like, the cat was like, it could be hurt, and I couldn't tell, so I was like, okay, I'll just check first, like put some food out. But obviously, I brought this cat that clearly was like almost like built, you know, and some cats have like muscles. I was like, this cat has lived on the street.
It's weird to see a muscle on a cat.
Yeah, so like, but I was like, okay, let's check, because its ear was a little messed up. I was like, I just want to see, and then like I brought it inside. He was just like, what am I doing in here? Like, and I was like, okay, we'll just take you back out. And then my cat was like, why'd you bring him in? And I was like, I just want to check on him.
No, that's it. My little brother took a cat off the street, similar, and I guess you can go to like the Humane Society or something and like get it checked out.
Yes.
And it's fine. It like lived with them, but he had another cat.
Who was like, no.
Well, like the other cat was like, you know, this cat that he got on the street was like actually pretty chill. The other cat was like, I don't know what's going on. Like maybe I'm gonna like try to make aggressive moves. And then eventually the like street cat just like jumped at it, like didn't even fully attack him, but was just like, I lived on the streets. Like you did not.
There's a
and I do not want to fight you.
Exactly.
Like it's like having to fight for food and then getting food.
Yeah.
What made you guys choose rats? I'm curious, like for this, just because of where we live, or like.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, what issues are special to the people of Somerville?
I do have that one near and dear.
And I Did either of you guys go to Ratchella?
I was just gonna bring it up. I did not, but I wish I did. I knew the girl who did it.
I saw them. Yeah, Emma. I saw her making the because she used the art studio I volunteer at to like make the installation, the big sign and the letters. So I was.
Yeah, it was awesome. So Ratchella, I don't know if I told you about it.
I don't think so. Yeah.
But it was like this music festival in Somerville that some people organized. I don't know them, but they did a great job. And they organized like a 2-day music festival with a lot of some like local bands, but some were not local. Some came in for it, and it was just like in a parking lot. And there was just rat stuff everywhere. They just made all kinds of rat paraphernalia, rat pillows. There was like a giant like stuffed like rat that was like a chair, bean bag you could sit on. They did this project where they had like 50 shoes, and each shoe they like decorated to look like a unique rat.
That's where all the extra tails came in handy.
Yeah. But I went with my sister, and it was amazing. And I have a Ratchella shirt, which I think I've worn on the pod. I should have worn it today actually. And my sister has a shirt that's it's like green tie-dye, and it's 3 rats howling at the moon. And she went, and like someone was selling them, and she's like, how much do you think those shirts are? Can you ask him? And I was like, yeah, I can ask him. So I went and I asked the guy, and I came back and I said, Isabel, they're $25 shirts. And she was like, oh my God, he has no idea what he's sitting on. $25. She's like, should I get 2?
Yeah, wait, I'm curious actually, like when it comes to like breaking down the economics of these like funny, like when you're saying about the shirts, like okay, like we think they're valued more or less or whatever. Do you guys find like when you pick a topic, you're like, oh wow, like I didn't realize this would be so like.
Yeah. I think we've had some where it was like there was one fact that we thought was interesting, and then we were like, oh, maybe it's just that one fact. Yeah. But then I think we've had several, especially you've had some where it was like, like there's so much here.
Apples, I feel like are crazy. Like how they're all like bred, and then like how the different brands around apples like work was just something I had never thought about before. It was actually like pretty crazy, I think. Yeah.
That's wild.
Did you know that like 30 years ago there was like only one type of apple?
Yeah.
I mean, when you said that, I was like, well, I know I always go to the store and get Honeycrisp immediately.
Yeah,
so like if they didn't have that, I'd be upset.
We told the story. There's like this professor or something at the University of Minnesota, or grad student, who like saved the Honeycrisp. They were like breeding apples there, and they were gonna throw it away, and he was basically like, no, I think it's like better and able to survive more than we think. We just like planted it wrong.
Like you said, they had like 1,000 rejected apple varieties.
Yeah.
And they told this guy like, look back through the rejects and just make sure we didn't miss anything.
Yeah. And he single-handedly, it's this one guy, like saved the Honeycrisp.
Honestly, like that is my favorite apple, and I feel like I'm always eating them. And
they're decent.
Yeah, like I would be really. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then we talked about the Cosmic Crisp, which has like.
What was that?
How do you feel about a Cosmic?
I've never had a Cosmic.
They're really good. I have had them.
How is it different than a Honeycrisp?
It's like snappy, or I don't know how to explain it. It's not as like sweet. It's more like tangy.
Tart?
They're also like a more reasonable size for an apple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, those are huge.
I love it. I'm like, give me a whole project.
It's like the Dyson chicken breast. It's like they're too big.
I love them. Yeah, but I guess for rats specifically, I was like, oh, are they going to talk about like supply and demand? Because I feel like even just Somerville being 4 square miles of like almost 100,000 people, it's like, yeah, you're going to have rats. And we're on the outskirts of a major city, like.
Yeah, but it's interesting because like I do feel like they're much less bad in Cambridge than Somerville.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like there's like a strong reason why it should be like. And also Cambridge and Somerville are very like, why don't they go from some? Is it just the trash?
Well, I was reading this thing actually that said that like the rat problem here got worse like after COVID, like a bunch of restaurants shut down, and the rats were like, especially in Boston, and a lot of the rats were used to going to these like areas of the restaurants where they're like trash or like produce or whatever they weren't using were. And then once they closed,
the river.
They were like, we're gonna move to find more food. Like they were gonna like migrate out, and then it made the rat problem worse on the the areas on the outskirts, because it's like, well, we don't have food here. Let's see. And I think from that's just something that I read. I don't know how 100% accurate that is, but I was like, oh, that would be an interesting.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That feels like economics.
Well, they were like, okay, our food source gone.
Yeah.
So.
What is there a term for in economics for like when it becomes a music festival?
Just monetizing it.
Monetization. I feel like it's probably, I don't know.
Yeah. We've had several. Like, I think we kind of had to stop doing this because we were doing it in like every episode, but where we were like, here's a topic. Here are like 3 things about the topic that are economics. But then what's really economics is people monetize this shit. So we talked about like marble racing. I don't know if you guys.
Oh my god, I got into that in the pandemic. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
It's actually a blast.
It's just this like people like build like marble runs and then they like race them, like race different colored marbles, but they're like really highly
it looks like the Olympics.
Wait,
it's like the Olympics of like watching these different colored marbles like go down, and then everyone's like on the edge of their seat being like, "Cat's eye, go!"
And the production value is like insane. Like, it's unbelievable.
That's really cool.
But then there's also these like shady online gambling websites that do marble races. It's just like, okay, you didn't need to monetize this.
So many corners of the internet, or like corners of the words like how did we get here?
That's so funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, but I think I'm convinced. I feel like they are. I mean, at least they have their own economic strategy of why they are here. Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This was so fun.
I meant to ask you too before you left, like we had talked about how you do this podcast, so if you wanted to speak on...
Yeah. Shout out to the Cambridge Public Library is where we record all of our podcasts. They have this like really great creator space with a bunch of different things. You were saying you learned how to sew?
Yeah.
I guess in the creator space. But they have a great podcast studio there. And we just reserve it. You have to take a class, and then
you got to take like a class to learn how to like safety for the whole place. You have to take a 1-hour class to learn how to use the podcast studio, and then you can just like book it. I don't know. I hesitate to advertise it.
I know.
We always are able to book it when we want it. If it gets more popular, then we might have trouble. But
no, shout out public libraries.
Yeah, public libraries are some of the library ladies
public libraries.
But I feel like they are an underrated resource, and it's so cool because it's like I do want to learn. It is like a way to share your information.
Yes. And they have like dedicated like full-time staff there. There's always 2 people there, and they like are super knowledgeable about everything. So like even like in the podcast studio and stuff, like I can always ask them like, oh hey, I don't think we were like setting the like volume levels right, or we can't hear this well. Can you help? Like they're very good at like figuring out how to solve whatever kind of problem you have. So even like we didn't have any experience or anything. We just like showed up and started going, and
awesome.
They give you enough to make whatever you're trying to make.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, guys. This was very informative.
Yeah.
So fun.
Thanks for letting us talk about rap.
Do you have a next episode or topic or anything like that?
Yeah. Should we preview the next episode?
Yes.
Yeah. Got the next episode.
I think we're gonna do Christmas trees for the holiday season.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, actually, I've heard you can make a ton of money owning a Christmas tree farm.
Like, So there's like a, I think it's Amazon Prime or something. There's a documentary about like there's 5 families who do all of the Christmas tree selling in New York City.
What the?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna watch that, and then we're gonna talk about the economics of that, which should be pretty fun. Yeah. And I guess we should plug our. Oh yeah.
I was about to say, like, where can we find you?
Yeah. So we're anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. And a really weird podcast app I've never heard of that only my fiance listens to. But anywhere you get them, we're there. And then we're on Instagram at technically_economic.
No underscore.
No underscore.
I think we're just camel case. Yeah.
Just technically economics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, thank you guys so much. This was
So fun.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm gonna go turn it off.
Yeah, this is great, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Have you had experience with rats, like, in your own